nostalgia brook road. I'm over the bridge, a minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The depth of my love, the stretch of my skin, it's all washing over me. I'm angry again. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. The car's in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel. I'm back between villages and everything's still.
All right, Joe Gatto here, down in Arizona, right outside of Phoenix for the first race of the season, Belgian Waffle Ride Arizona. Just got done pre-riding some of the single track in the middle of the course, and that's probably the most fun I've had on a bike all year. I was contemplating what tire size to go with, ended up going with 45s. Super excited I did that because it just rips on the single track. These are the Pirelli Cincherato Gravel H's. So not a ton of traction in the middle, but super fast rolling and a little bit of side knob. So when you get into that corner, you get a little bit of grip. Yeah, after being in Salt Lake and inside so much, it was so nice to get out. Was a little stiff getting out of the car as usual, 10-hour drive, but 15 minutes into the ride, back loosened up, and then I felt good, and then got up the hill, and once I started flowing on the single track, just was all smiles. So anyways, tomorrow is the day before the race, and I'm gonna do a little group ride, possibly. I don't know what the route's gonna be yet. Depending on what they do, I might break off and do my own because I want to check out the first downhill and see what that's like. But yeah, about an hour and a half ride tomorrow, a little bit of tempo effort. I like to open the legs up the day before.
Any run-ins with cactus today?
Oh yeah, whoops. You can't really see too much, but I did hit a little prickly cactus today. It didn't stick in there at all, I just kept riding, but I just nudged up against it while I was cornering, and yeah, I got some blood drawn, and it was a little bit of a sting, so gotta watch out. There's sharp things everywhere. Didn't have my comb with me today, so luckily it didn't stick in the fingers, but I will probably carry my comb with me during the race and for future recon, because if you get a cactus stuck in you, there's nothing you can do to get it out unless you use a comb. Yeah, we brought race dog Roxy along. She doesn't like car rides very much, but she loves it when she gets out of the car and on the trails. So she's gonna be chilling with us and chilling with Mom while I'm racing. The race goes off at 7 a.m. this Sunday, so that's 2 days, less than 2 days from now. And yeah, I'm excited. I've been doing a lot of endurance, not a crazy ton of intervals stuff lately, so I don't really know where I'm gonna be at. Probably not quite to the level of Keegan. I don't think anyone's the level of him, but I'm gonna do the best I can, and I think things are gonna blow up on the climb, so it just starts with a massive climb, and Keegan's gonna push the pace, I know, or anyone is, and then it's just gonna be all, I think, every man for himself, maybe some small little groups, but anyways, excited to get the season kicking off. First race of the year, and yeah, you ready for tacos, hun?
I'm ready for tacos.
Yeah. You got anything you want to add? How's the drive, everything?
It's a little chillier than I thought it would be. I'm excited. First race of the season. Gonna crew for Joe and get to every station for him. The plans for tonight include going to get settled in the hotel, get some food for Joe, his eggs, rice, and hamburger, and then we're gonna go for tacos after that and a margarita.
My favorite morning meal. Usually I train really early in the morning, so I get up and I do my movement, and then I just want to get out the door. This is like perfect little something to get you going with the banana and honey.
much further?
I got 11 minutes. Did you know the best way to lube your bicycle chain is one link at a time? Takes an extra minute, but you don't get any extra lube on there that you don't need on there, and you make sure you hit every single link. And it just does a better job. Start at the chain link, end at the chain link. Like to spin it, working in a little bit. And usually I let it sit for a bit, and then I'll wipe it down. Make sure you do that the night before, so then it has time to dry the rest of the way. Otherwise you're gonna end up with a dirty chain real quick. So anyways, we just got done pre-riding the first 24 miles of the course. Yeah, it's wild, so fun. The climb's not quite as hard as I thought, which is good for me, so I'm slightly on the heavier side right now compared to where I like to be. But man, that descent is wild. The first part, it's not like crazy techy or anything, but you're moving and it's twisty a bit, and just, you know, you're riding that edge because it is kind of loose over hard. Luckily that snow left some moisture in the trail, so there are some tacky spots, but yeah, it gets a little slippery out there. This is the bike that I was riding in 2020, 2021, so the years before. We haven't sold it yet, so still had it luckily because my other one is broken. But I'm actually really stoked on this setup because it has the 1x with the Force E-tap shifters, XX1 derailleur, 10 to 50 cassette on there. And half this race is pretty much a mountain bike race, so still running the Wahoo speed play pedals. Rode both sections of the course. I don't see any issues. There's one river crossing, but I was able to ride right through it, so I'm not too concerned about that. They just feel more solid for a long ride and a little easier on my knee with all the extra float. I'm not carrying any tubes with me. Normally I do carry one extra little tube. This one doesn't have that little compartment, but you know, if I have to stop and change a tube, the race is probably not doing so well, I'll grab them at the aid station. I got plenty of plugs, so tons of plugs, tons of CO2. Knock on some carbon. I've been able to fix everything with just plugs. So much more efficient, and I mean, if you put a tube in there, the likelihood of pinching that is going to be pretty high. So yeah, I think the tires are just so much better these days that you can do that. Also, I'm running some foam inserts in there, so that's another added protection against pinching. You know, I think this is a pretty solid setup. So.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dine. Serves you some reminder to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair, put you down and leave you dead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's race day.
It's race day. We gotta get down to the lobby, so we're on schedule. Come on, so we can get to the venue, so we can have a parking spot.
In order to win an event like the Belgian Waffle Ride, you've got to risk losing.
I walk blind with smoke in my eyes, like we don't know where we've been. That's it, boy, just state your case. You're just as wrong as you were then. What's up, put your hands up. Say I don't make no rules, no one even knows I'm here. Now it's all you to man up. You say no way to hang on, what
on the mountain, caught on the red line.
Over to aid station, or for bottle 1, it's technically aid station 2. It was having us skip the first one. A little over half an hour of a drive. Got chair, camera, whole bag of goodies and bottles. As I've got Roxy tied up here so she doesn't get in the way when we do our handoff. She's being a really good little girl. Yeah, it's warming up pretty quick, down to only I think 3 layers instead of 5.
Hey, little girl, did you miss me? Yeah. Oh man, that was tough too. But like, yeah, I mean, I was with the front group at the top of the climb. And,
double check that.
yeah, downhill, I got passed by a couple of them. I mean, it's a gnarly downhill.
For a mountain like this.
Yeah.
How's the body holding up?
It's doing pretty good. My lower back hurts a little bit when I do the single track and the drops. So I'm still working on it. The knees got a lot better. Just a lot of work doing like the movement stuff and PT. So, because I've had a lot of issues the last couple of years. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was tough, but really happy. that. And if I was top 20, I'm happy. If I wasn't,
I'm
then
pretty sure you
miserable.
were.
But I'm not miserable. I'm just kidding. This is definitely making the vlog. It was, I think, probably the craziest BWR to date with all the single track and the downhill. It's nuts. But yeah, I was with the front group all the way to the top. Fell off a little on the downhill, of course, but not too bad. Things kind of spread out. And then long downhill, motocross track stuff. Then we were on the road for a bit, and that's where we linked up. Made a big group. My old buddy Chase from the Midwest, Eno, Nicholas Roach. He's a diesel engine, he can cruise. Tobin, picked up Alex Owen towards the end. But I was slowly dying a little bit. And then on the last climb, the wheels kind of came off. Ended up on the back of the group. Then we dropped down, repeated the last single track, and then we had some steep pitches to the finish. And then came in and I believe top 20, not 100%, but I mean, for March with this stacked in the field, I'm pretty happy with that result.
So we just finished with BWR Arizona. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Tired?
Yes. Stoked, but tired. I
Long
got
race.
some sunburn. I did put on sunscreen this morning. You helped me with that. So I'm a little warm. My butt's a little sore. I've got a lot of cuts from cactuses. But you gotta do what you gotta do to pass people, so we go through the bushes. But overall, really happy and pleased with the race.
I think the term is cacti, but we'll roll with that.
Oh, cacti. Cacti cuts. Yes, I'm full of them.
So what was your favorite part of the race?
There were so many good parts. I really enjoyed the first downhill. That was wild. But I think sending it down in the McDowell, was it the McDowell area? Yeah, so like the first climb up, and then I was in your group of 7 or 8, I think maybe 8 people. But I got on the front like right before the downhill and sent it with, I believe his name is Tobin, one of Keegan's teammates.
Awesome.
That was, yeah, we sent it. That was a good time.
Good. What would you say your least favorite part?
Right after that.
Yeah.
Because then we had to go back uphill, and Mr. Diesel Engine Roach caught us, and then he passed us, and then I was behind him on the next downhill, which I know I had the skills to go faster, but my lower back was starting to hurt quite a bit.
So how much mountain bike riding have you gotten in so far this year?
2 hours. 2 hours of single track riding this year.
So you did pretty dang good.
Yeah, and then, well, I did pre-ride for 2 days, so I got a little bit in then too.
Wow.
So 3 days on single track, 2 on the gravel bike, 1 on the mountain bike in 2023.
Did you see
That's all.
any animals on your race today?
Not today. I mean, I was out there.
You mean Keegan
Yeah.
was out there?
Well, I mean, he's an alien. But no, I saw a coyote on day 1. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I got real close to it. It was just cruising up the trail, and then it kind of went off to the right, and I just went right by it. It's right at dusk, so they were out.
How was the right at the finish when you had to turn right after the little bridge to go down in the sandy
Yeah,
area?
when you think you're done, you're not done. It wasn't long. It was like 30 seconds or maybe a minute. I don't know, 45 seconds. But yeah, they made us ride through a riverbed, dried up sand pit. And
There were some people, I thought they were going to say fuck it and just keep going on the road. I'm not joking. There was one girl, she's like, you're joking.
Yeah.
She was so over
Because
it.
you
She's
finish
like,
the final
"What?"
single track,
Yeah.
and you have 15
Like-
miles to go or whatever it is. And then you get there, they're like, no. You're going in the sand pit. One
Yeah.
last time. All right. Well, folks, there you have it. BWR Arizona is officially in the books. First race of the year
2023.
is in the past. And next, you can catch us at BWR.
San Diego.
Woo! Ooh. Goodbye.